Hello, Cruising World, Mick the Suit Guy with you, and it's Monday again. Monday is Tips Day, and we are on week 2 of tips from Douglas. Last week we gave you 4. This week I'm going to give you 4 more. But as always, I've not read them. We're going to read and react as we go. On to the next, and I'll remind you of Douglas's caveat he gave me last week, which didn't end up being true apart from one of them. He said, "Not sure if I can provide any tips that you haven't already done, but here are a few that I had." And last week, of the 4 tips, 3 of them we had not done. 1 we had, and we kind of talked about it and expanded on it a little bit. But, you know, if you saw last week, you've known. So this week, we'll see what happens. We've got number 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then next week, we'll do 9, 10, and 11. And then we'll do somebody else's. All right, number 5. One this week. Make an effort to meet and speak with your room steward the first day, and you can let them know when you are most likely to be out of your cabin so that they service it. As we are from the West Coast and most of the cruises that we do are in the Caribbean, we have a 3-hour time difference. So we don't get up early, but are almost never in the cabin late in the afternoons. Sorry, I read that wrong. I'll read it properly because I read it terribly. Make an effort to meet and speak with your room steward the first day, and you can let them know when you are most likely to be out of your cabin so they service it. As we are from the West Coast and most of the cruises that we do are in the Caribbean, we have a 3-hour time difference, so we don't get up early, but are almost never in the cabin the afternoons. That's what threw me. In the afternoons. Douglas, the word in. I'm going to correct you. Last week I corrected you, because last week you said, what did you say last week? There was a word choice, when it should have been choose. And remember, I'm reading these live. So please proofread your tips. Don't become a Dave. Don't become a Dave. Yes. I don't know if they're there in the afternoons to do the cabin, are they? I mean, I think really they're there in the mornings, and they're usually there until early afternoon, and then they're off for nap and break and what have you, and then they typically come back about 6 o'clock. So, I mean, again, what do I know? But I don't think you could get them to do your cabin like 4 in the afternoon, 3, 4 in the afternoon. I don't know. We always have ours done in the evening because we are late risers usually, because cheers packages, and we usually don't go to bed till like 12, 1 o'clock in the morning at the earliest. So, yeah, we're not getting up early unless we have a port stop. So we never get it done in the morning. We always do it. We say to our room steward, we'll be out of here by about 5:30. So any time after that is good. And after that, but I don't know that they're there in the afternoon. Again, what do I know? We never asked that. And the room steward, to be fair, should introduce themselves to you as well. Just throwing that one out there. But yeah, they work so damn hard. We actually tell our room steward, if they have a really busy day, skip us for a day. Just leave a towel animal for Julie, because she collects the towel animals every day. That's all that really matters. You know, when we're at home, we don't, have somebody doing room service every day. We don't make the bed every day properly, do we? Do you? Really? No. And then all these people that now complain, oh, they used to do it twice a day. They used to do it in the morning and the evening. Where else would you expect it to be done twice? You go to a hotel in Las Vegas, are they going to do your room twice? No, they are not. Spoiled brats. Once is enough, in my humble opinion. And when I said spoiled brats, I didn't mean that in a mean way. Woo. Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah, there we go. There's a tip for you on the room. And also, if they do a really good job for you, give them a little tip. What we do, actually, as well as a cash tip, especially if you're on the Cheers package, did you know that the room stewards and all the crew have to pay for their own bottles of water and stuff? They don't get free. So, like with the Diamond, we get one of the big bottles of water, and I think you do on the Cheers as well. I could be wrong. Whatever it is, anyway, you get the small bottles with the Cheers regardless. Every now and then when you finish at a bar, you're going back to the cabin, ask for water, even if you don't want it. Leave it for the cabin steward. Just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there. All right, number 6. Number 2 this week. If you are going to take a number of cruises per year and hold stocks in your portfolio, then purchase some for the cruise line that you sail with, usually a minimum of 100 shares, and then you can apply for onboard credit for each cruise. Carnival Cruise Line stock is currently just over $16 a share, so 100 will cost just under $1,700, which means that if you do just a couple of cruises each year, you can get $100 of onboard credit for each cruise just because you own the stock and applied for the benefit. I'm going to correct you a couple of points there, Douglas. I'm sorry. I don't want to be that guy. Just a couple of things. Firstly, it's $100 if you do like a 7-day cruise or 6-day cruise or more. For the shorter cruises, and again, I believe this is correct, it's only $50. If you do a back-to-back or a Journeys cruise, if it's over 14 days, then you get $250. So, and in a Journeys cruise, they tend to double up on your stock. So don't take the $100 as a strict quote, because it's not always $100, but there is stock involved in that. One more caveat, or two more caveats. Number one, it all depends on your rate code. So not every single rate code is going to be applicable for that. For example, if you have a really good casino rate, they sometimes decline it because you've already got so many benefits from that casino offer. If you get what they call the interline rate, which is what can be used for travel agents can use it. Some certain professions can get the interline rate. I think doctors and nurses and policemen and stuff can qualify for that. I think I'll have to look into that. This is why I should sometimes read them in advance to get myself better qualified. But it's not just travel agents that can use the interline rate. I do know that. So you apply for it and they let you know whether you are accepted or turned down. So you're not guaranteed it, and you're certainly not guaranteed $100. It all depends on the length of the cruise. It could be more, it could be less. And don't forget that now you do not apply the way you used to. You use an app called Stock Perks. And go back into my my catalog of videos. Just recently, I did put out a video showing you how to use Stock Perks. So sorry to correct you a little bit there, Douglas. So you're on the ball, but a little bit off in small places. But that's, teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. Between us, we'll get it right. I am not sure if I was correct on who can use the interline rate. I know it's not just travel agents. I know it's some other professions can get the interline rate. I'll have to look it up. I wish I could do like a magical pause on the video and pretend, oh, here's the answer. I'm not going to do that. If you know, put it in the comments. Teamwork makes the dream work. Cheesy. Yeah, I called to get a quote to get our house painted the other week, and the voicemail I got was full of cliches. Well, red, white, and blue make where the paint looks whatever. There's so many corny lines. I was like, no, don't think so. All right, number 3 this week. We got 2 to go. We'll get there. I talk too much. Sorry, what do you want from me? The Cheers package is always less expensive to purchase before your cruise. And if you plan on getting it, you should do so as soon as possible to protect yourself from any price increases, as you won't be charged the difference if the rate increases after you have purchased it. You could expand that out to pretty much anything as well. You could use that same principle on Wi-Fi. You won't get a saving on specialty dining, but you may have noticed recently they sneakily in the background put up the cost of GG's from 18 to 24 and Cucina del Capitano from 18 to 24. No notice, didn't even make an announcement. They just sneakily did it, and it took people asking on John Hill's page, did you just change it? And his response was, yes. Sometimes, like a lot of restaurants, we do things without telling you. Well, they didn't used to, because they knew a 33% increase was a lot. But they did that. So, by buying anything pretty much in advance, you're going to save money from doing it on board. Even things like gratuities, the principle comes that they may increase gratuities at any moment. They seem to be putting up the price of everything lately. So my advice would always be, buy it in advance. We do. Well, we try to. And we use gift cards from AARP, so we save an extra 10%. Yes, definitely. Yes, very good point there, Douglas. I could probably do a whole video on that, but I didn't need to. We just did it. Last one this week. Number 8. Oh, the Cheers package again. The Cheers package includes all non-alcoholic beverages, so you can go to the coffee shop Java Blue as often as you wish for your specialty coffees, as long as they don't have alcohol in them. Then they would count as one against the Cheers package. Yeah, I don't drink coffee. But yes, that is true because Julie does, and she goes to get one almost every morning. But don't forget, all your sodas, all your waters, you have to factor this in when you're establishing to yourself, is it worth getting Cheers? You know, you take the $70, right? Actually, what I would do is I would make the actual price, the $60, because the 18% gratuity makes it up to about 70. So it's like $59.95. Know the price of the drinks. Work it out around that. How much are the drinks? Beers are $8. If I have 5 beers, that's $40. I got $20 left. If I have 2 waters, what are they now? $3.50 each? That's $7. So I've now got $12 left. If I have a coffee, that's $4. I don't know. I don't drink coffee. Say it's $4. I've now got $8 left. So I have one specialty drink in Alchemy Bar at night. I've now gone over my allowance just by having 5 beers in a day, which isn't much. 5 beers, 1 cocktail in Alchemy Bar, 2 bottles of water, and a coffee. You're already over your Cheers allowance. So yes, you should have got Cheers. Everybody thinks you got to drink 15, and that is definitely a whole video I could do that I'm not going to. I've done 2 of them. I want to do another one. Yeah, that's it for this week. Boom! I just realised we're not doing any more. We'll do the rest of Douglas's tips next week. So yeah, I'll give you a solid 9 out of 10, Douglas, because you were slightly off on your stock quotes for the amounts. Although, who says I'm right on everything? Correct me in the comments if you think I'm wrong. Right hands? I know you will. See if you're watching. Put it in the comments if you are at this point. And Dave, if he corrects me, just ignore it because he's probably wrong. All right. Subscribe to this lovely little channel if you'd like to. Hit that little bell and you get notifications when my videos come out. And then send me your tips. I will not be brutal. I was a little bit hard on Douglas this week, wasn't I? I didn't mean to be. I didn't mean to be. It's all great stuff. It's all great stuff. Great information. So I'm not going to keep saying teamwork makes the dream work, because that's a so cliched, boring statement, but it does. We can help each other out and get it right in the end. And you can help me if I'm wrong. With that, I will see you later, Cruising World. Any questions? Email me anytime. cruisingsuitguy@gmail.com. I promise I'll reply as soon as possible. Want to book a cruise or any type of travel? We are travel agents. Check out our site, elitetravelconnection.com, or email me, Mick, at elitetravelconnection.com. We are here for you. Finally, subscribe, please. Pretty please. You know you want to. Go on. I won't beg you. Okay, I'm begging. Please. Subscribe. Thank you.